Ladies, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to do my MLB playoff picks. I want to get this video done before the Monday night recap tonight, because the last thing I want to do tonight is probably the Monday night recap for football, for the Lions Seahawks, and that's it. So, let's get to the MLB picks here. We're going to start with the AL. We're going to start with the American League and National League wild cards. So let's get around to it. So Astros versus Tigers. Remember, these are best of threes. This one's starting at 2:32 p.m. tomorrow. Pretty sure all these games are at the same time the next few days. So Tigers, Astros. I was going back and forth on this pick. I was leaning towards the Astros last night, but I'm starting to lean towards the Tigers, man. Tariq Skubal, their ace, they're just playing really red hot baseball. And the Astros, they aren't going to make it far every year. And I just like the momentum of the Tigers. You know, the playoffs are so unpredictable in baseball. We've had so many Cinderella runs, teams that you don't think will make it far. And while the Astros, I think, are still good, they have the good starting pitching, but the Tigers do as well. Like Tariq Skubal, Olsen, and some guys they got from that Flaherty trade. Sweeney's done good. They have Riley Green. Like, they have guys that can hit, man, and their pitching's good. This is such a tough series to predict. It's gonna be a fun series with AJ Hinch against his former team. I mean, it's an inexperienced Tigers team, though. That's the only thing that worries me, is they're kind of inexperienced. They're red hot, but they're inexperienced. Tariq Skubal, I think, will go against Framber Valdez in game 1. That should be a really great pitching matchup. And Skubal got the triple crown, I think. And the Tigers have AJ Hinch, was at the helm for the first half of the Astros' run of success. And it's just such a tough series. The Tigers come out of nowhere. They got hot to end the season. They snuck in the playoffs. And Valdez is really good in the postseason as well. He was 3-0 in that 2022 run with a 1.44 ERA. But 2023 kind of struggled with a 9 ERA, 0-3. He'll look to bounce back, but he had a really good second half. 7-2 with a 1.96 run average. Him and Skubal is going to be a really fun pitching matchup for game 1. I'm going to go with the Tigers. I just want to ride the momentum here. And the thing that concerns me is the Astros bullpen. I feel like that's where the Tigers had the advantage, because their bullpens pitch really well. Just every part of this team's played well. That's the only thing that really concerns me about the Astros is their bullpen. And if Justin Verlander pitches in one of these games per se, that's where also I'm kind of worried if he does pitch. But say Brian Abreu, Josh Hader, some of those guys, I just don't trust them out of the bullpen. And I'm going to ride the momentum. Give me Detroit to get the win here in the AL, first AL wild card. Royals, Orioles, the second AL wild card series. I was leaning towards Royals last night. I'm going to stick with the Kansas City Royals. The Orioles, outside of the Yankees series, their offense was really flat. I just don't think they're as good as last year. They just haven't played with that momentum. Like, yeah, they won the Yankees series. Besides that, they just didn't look good. I mean, yeah, they beat the Twins to end the season, but it's not really impressive. And the Royals, I just like that starting pitching more than the Orioles. Seth Lugo, Brady Singer, Cole Reagans. I like those three. They have guys that can hit offensively. Not saying the Orioles don't. It's just kind of Adley Rutschman's went cold. Just their offense in general went cold. Kind of two struggling teams towards the end of the season. Got lucky to sneak in. I'm going to go with the Royals. I just like their starting pitching. I really think their starting pitching can take them forward with Seth Lugo, Cole Reagans, and Brady Singer. Their bullpen's going to have to step up. Their bullpen's going to have to be really good. They're really going to have to be perfect. They really need their starters to go about probably 6-7 innings. Somewhere between 6-7 innings. For the Orioles, they have a starter that I like, Zach Eflin. But it's just both these offenses kind of were up and down throughout the season. But I don't know. I'm going to take the Royals. Bobby Witt, Salvador Perez, Paul DeYoung. Those guys can hit. I'm going to go with the Royals here. Mets, Brewers. I know the Brewers have owned the Mets this year. Won 5 of 6 against them. But the Brewers didn't end the regular season. Well, I know that doesn't really mean much coming to the playoffs. But I don't know. I just don't know about this Brewers team, man. I just feel like the Mets, it's going to be a destiny run for the New York Mets. It just feels like whenever you count them out, they always respond in a clutch way. And it's hard to beat a team so many times when you play them a lot. And I'm not saying the Brewers can't win, because they got guys that can hit offensively, like Jackson Chourio, William Contreras, Willie Adames, other guys in that lineup. But the Mets do as well. Lindor, Vientos, Nemo, guys like that. And I don't know who's going to pitch tomorrow. Maybe Luis Severino. Luis Severino's having a really good year. Sean Manaea's had a really good year. And it's just, I trust their pitching staff more than the Brewers. And the Brewers offense does go cold at times. So I'm going to take the Mets here. Keep the run going. For the second NL wild card, Braves, Padres. I'm going to go with the Padres here. The Braves just barely snuck in with their win today. I don't know. I'm not feeling the Braves. No Chris Sale in this series. They used Spencer Schwellenbach today. No Chris Sale. The Padres have just been playing really good baseball second half of the year. I just don't think the Braves have a chance here. Their offense is not as good as San Diego. I know San Diego kind of struggled to end the season. Their offense wasn't that great, but I just don't think the Braves have enough pitching. You know, no Chris Sale. Schwellenbach pitched today. I don't see him winning this. I'm going to go Padres. And then we get to my ALDS rounds. I have Royals, Yankees. This may be a bit of a hot take, but I'm going to go with the Kansas City Royals. I just think they match up very well with the Yankees. I know they had a series this year. The Royals, I think, won 2 out of 3 or something like that. But I don't know. I feel like there's going to be this one team that makes that run. I think it's going to be the Kansas City Royals. I just have that feeling, because every single year you get this one team that makes a big run like this. You don't expect it. I feel like Bobby Witt, he's gonna have a big postseason for this Royals team, and they're gonna upset Aaron Judge and the Yankees. It's just sometimes I feel like they had the pitching edge. Sometimes Garrett Cole, I feel like I just don't know. I feel like the offense goes cold at times if it's not Soto and Judge. I feel like the offense just isn't that great. I like their pitching better with Seth Lugo and Cole Reagans. And Salvador Perez and Bobby Witt done pretty good in that series they played him this year. So I'm going to go with the Royals. I think they're going to be the team that makes it far this year. The Guardians and Tigers. I'm going to have the Guardians beating the Tigers. So I'm going to have the Royals and Guardians advancing to the ALCS this year. I don't know, I feel good. I mean, the Tigers do have the advantage pitching-wise. Offenses can be pretty even matched. I think it's going to be Jose Ramirez that's going to win this series. Dodgers and Padres in the NLDS. I'm doing my Dodgers. No, Padres have really, I feel like owned us this year, but we took 2 out of 3 at home against them. And I feel like the offense first is gonna be big this postseason, especially Shahani Atani. Mets, Phillies. Mets took, I think, 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4, whatever it was, against Philly before the season ended. I'm gonna go with the Mets. I don't feel good about the Phillies. I think they're gonna go down the first in their first playoff round. I don't know. I just feel like their offense is just going too cold at times. They lost 2 out of 3 to Washington to end the season. They've really had a late season collapse, like the Eagles did last year. I'm going with the Dodgers. Or, excuse me, the Mets. So my ALCS, I have the Royals, Guardians. I'm going to have the Kansas City Royals making the World Series. I just think here the pitching is going to be too much for Cleveland to overcome. Just the starting pitching, I think Cleveland will make the championship series, but I think they'll run into the Royals. And the Royals have really played well with them this year, and I think the starting pitching will be too much to overcome. Dodgers, Mets, I'm going to have my Dodgers advance to the World Series to play the Kansas City Royals, and I'll have the Dodgers beating the Kansas City Royals in 6 games, and I'll have Shahani Atani winning the World Series MVP. So those are my playoff picks here, ladies and gentlemen. I know the Royals seem like a pretty bold pick to make the World Series, but who predicted the D-backs to make the World Series last year? Not many people predicted them to make the World Series. Anything's possible in baseball. If the Royals, their offense is capable of getting hot because they got guys they can hit. They have really good pitching. But I think the Dodgers' offense, if this is a World Series matchup, I think our offense will be too much. So I am questionable of our rotation heading the postseason, but I think we'll be fine. So yeah, it's my playoff pick. So leave your picks in the comments below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Until next time, I'm out. Peace, and I'll see you guys for the Lions Seahawks recap later on tonight.